Looky what I caught! I got another pet to play with!
I find with homemade costumes, it's all in the little details.
Fanny, what's your costume?
A caterpillar.
Caterpillar. What kind of caterpillar?
A hungry caterpillar.
A hungry caterpillar. How did you get a costume like that?
Mama make it.
What are you guys' costumes?
It's only a buffet, right? And I'm a caterpillar.
It's time to make some homemade costumes for the girls.
Is this a Funny Guy Farm video?
I plan to keep making their costumes as long as they'll let me. What are we calling this then?
I bought say that.
Oh, you're so funny.
Last year was the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar from the Eric Carle children's book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
I'm a hungry caterpillar.
Caterpillar costume was kind of like a shift dress. I basically cut out the front and the back and I sewed it together here, and then I cut strips of the light green fabric to kind of like segment the caterpillar. I kind of just looked at the book and then tried to figure out how I could make it work on a person. Main color kind of smock I'm gonna make. The hat, detailing for the hat, eyeballs for the little feet, two-tone of the color. I'm gonna paint the colors. Just, it adds a little bit of dimension, makes the fabric not feel so flat. So this I can kind of see like where her shoulders are gonna be, arms, and the width. Mark. It's not an exact science. Rip strips. Okay, and then I'm gonna mix up my green and yellow, and I'm gonna paint it all on the detail. Oh, and then I'm gonna fringe. That one was a lot of painting and cutting, fringing. I guess I didn't use felt that year. I used like a thin cotton. Here you go. I painted, and then I cut with the fringe, and then I painted. Here's the cute little feet. This is the hat, right where her head is, to adjust. This is how you make like a beanie. The hat was the most complex part of that costume. Where I need to sew. So the seam needs to be like here. Find the point. I'm gonna fold this. That's my new center. I'm just gonna pin it. So remember when you sew, you know, you have your seam allowance. I always sew things too small or too big, and then pin. Cut a lot and leave a little seam allowance. Let's see, hopefully I did it right. Nope, see, I didn't. Okay, I made a mistake. I messed up, so I'm gonna take this out and redo it. It was tricky to figure out the sewing part of it, the panel, and then how to attach it to the headband, and then make sure that it didn't fall over Finn's eyes. Blast it. Who would have thought this would make a hat? So now we open it up. See how it makes like a little plus sign? Pivot, 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 lock it in. All right, let's see if we did it, guys. This is my fifth try on this caterpillar head. Okay, so here's the plus. It looks huge. It has a big head. Okay, this is good because it will fit me, but it's tight on her. Eyeballs are gonna go here. There you have it, a hat. Every year I'm like, I committed to making them awesome costumes. I have to make it so awesome, but really they'd be happy if it was like a paper bag. I think I always put a lot more pressure on it than they do. I always like watching the school parade, and you can see, you know, your costume next to all the store-bought costumes. It's fun.
Hi, Faye.
Why don't we start letting go?
Let's do purple nose. Kind of like cute. Now we need the green. I mean, who doesn't love a homemade costume? Homemade costumes are the best. I mean, I love a good costume that you can buy also, but I'm sure they're gonna get to an age where they don't want my homemade costumes anymore. So while they're still into it, I'm gonna lean in. I like that it's not like totally perfect, because Eric Carle's stuff, it's like really rough and loose. Just good for me. But I think that's cool. My mom says I'm a glutton for punishment because every year I'm doing these crazy costumes on top of stuff that I already have going on. But it's important to me to make their costumes, but also to show my kids that you can be creative in like so many different ways. Really use your brain, because I'm not like a good seamstress. I don't make patterns, you know, like, I mean, I made a pattern for this hat, but I'm also winging it. I like showing my girls that they can just be creative and it doesn't have to look a certain way. Are you really enjoying this like monologue from a top where you can't really see what I'm doing? I know you are. Okay, here we go. Almost done. Kind of looks like a lima bean or a edamame bean. Butterfly. Hey, look out. Butterfly. And just seeing her wear it was really cute. Do you remember she kept like doing this kind of like I'm so hungry. She really enjoyed it. And then we made Sunny the butterfly. So I always like those costumes where it's sort of like they work together or they're from the same story. Because then they can kind of like interact and play with each other while they're trick-or-treating. Okay, come on. So Finn would come to the house and say, I'm a very hungry caterpillar, you know, and then Sunny would run up right behind her and be like, and I'm the butterfly, you know. It's kind of like mic drop.
Oh, you too. Oh. Of course. Why do you think they're here?
So I'm gonna pin it, because I think what I'll do is I'll sew the green to the yellow, and then I'm gonna sew this first. There we go. I made Finn a dog costume, like an Australian Shepherd costume, after our friend's dog, Basho. He was like all white and furry with like flecks of black and cream. That was a really fun one to sew. Give me some woof woof.
Hey, come here, Basho.
Can you wiggle your tail?
Hold still.
She almost looked like a little Ewok, but she was Australian Shepherd. Then one year the kids were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Finn was Leonardo and Sunny was Raphael, and that was all felt. I had a lot of fun doing the turtle pattern on the back of their shell. I made them little felt pizzas that they could stick in their belt. That was a good one. Eggs and bacon one year. Eleanor, I think, has had the most complicated costumes. So one year she was a Joker, like the Heath Ledger Joker. That was like a 4-piece suit. That was like a vest, a shirt, pants, a jacket. That one I bought a pattern for, but in no way am I a seamstress. I mean, I just kind of figure things out and fumble my way through it. And then last year, what was she, Groot? I took felt and folded it and made it look like a wood grain, and that was really challenging. It took a lot of time, kind of rouged the fabric that way. Made her pants and a shirt and a mask, and the mask was cardboard with like melted hot glue that we made to look like wood grain. Oh, and then she always wants to be kind of like funny, scary things. One year she wanted to be It, the scary clown, a silver tarp, and cut it all up and used duct tape to make that like puffy clown costume. And we used garbage bags on her collar. We got a balloon that like half deflated, and so we tied it to her backpack when she wore it to school. And it was this balloon that was kind of this sad balloon that was chasing her around. It was pretty good, pretty scary. There she is. She's so pretty. I think it turned out good.
Take a cheese. Take a cheese. Mama, look what I got.
What?
Now we gotta figure out these antennas. They're kind of purple. Got these pipe cleaner things. Oh, perfect. Look, there's a blue and a purple. I wonder if I should sew it. I think I'm gonna glue it, not sew it. I'm just making a crafting video.
Yeah, I guess so.
Crafting sewing. Heat up my glue gun. So these are like my mounting pipe cleaners. All right, and then I think maybe they'll just go around here for extra support. Manipulate these to make them look more ear-like. Okay.
Trick or treating. How much candy do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And they lasted 4 minutes before I started tearing into them, so I had to go put them in storage. Happy Halloween, sweetie!
So it was kind of just like a long tube with armholes with stripes that we painted, and I fringed and I sewed onto the shift dress, and then I sewed up the sides. Or no, I didn't sew it. It was like a smock, and then we used pipe cleaners on the side. All right, here's. Now I just have to do the little ties, kind of wrap it around her body, but still get to the bathroom when she needs. That's like huge with kids' costumes, is getting hot, going to the bathroom, and sitting down. So she needs it like about right. So let's just get a liberal amount of glue. Don't burn yourself because it's gonna come through the coils. A loop, like loop it back here so that she's not playing with the end. See, I was gonna sew like a little tab or a button or Velcro, but that's kind of hard. Oh, and I thought of something even better. Look, twist it together. Ugh. So I took the pipe cleaner. I bought all this stuff from Joann's or Michael's, Hobby Lobby. They'll have all this stuff. This is like cheap fabric. Okay, so I'm spinning the pipe cleaners together, and then I'm making it into a spiral. Okay, and I'm gonna put the hot glue on it. Good amount, liberal. Stick it on. Look at that. I think this is done. Here. It's always cool too when people ask, "Oh, how'd you make your costume?" You know, "Oh, my mom made it." I love that. I like to make their costumes every year. It's like a little bit insanity, a little bit creativity, and a lot of fun for the kids and I.
Bye. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.